A teacher. You all right?
I'm laughing because I'm already doing my lessons.
Oh, good for you. Well, let's
here.
get to the lessons. What'd you say, Lee? What'd you say?
So we've got a teacher and
okay.
mother of two who are coming in to spend some time with us. And this is books. I was already jumping into the lessons, right?
Yes.
So we're going to go through, learn about this whole mental detox.
So she's a teacher and mother of two. And Jamel Johnson's goal is to promote positivity and detox from the negativity. So thank you. And of course, you are here with your son, one of your children.
One of my children.
Yes, Tommy Air. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Hello.
I jumped right in. Like, we weren't going to go into the whole introduction and everything else. I was just like, all right, so what do I need to do? So welcome to both of you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, let's start with you, Jamel, because you've been a teacher for more than 20 years.
Yes, over 20 years.
And so what made you decide to write this book?
So I've been an educator for over 20 years, as you stated, and each year I get a new group of students. They come with their personalities, their intellect, their ability, their skills, their talents, but they also come with their fears, with their anxiety. They come with their neglect, their abandonment, and they're looking for someone to help them. And so before we can see them or teach them, we have to get through all of those challenges. We have to help them get through all of those issues. And so this was my way of serving them and giving back to them, because as a teacher, I have to know who my students are, not just teaching my subject matter. I want to know what you're going through. I want to know what your goals are, what your purpose is in life. And then to me, it's like I used to only ask them, hey, so what do you want to be when you grow up? But now I ask them, what kind of person are you going to be when you grow up? And this book is filled with life lessons and little quotes and jokes and little inspirational messages and self-reflections that help them on their journey of life.
I was curious about what age, but I'm going to ask you this, because she's been doing this with you for a minute. Like, you grew up in the household of doing all this. So what was it like for you kind of going through? And does it work?
It definitely works, and it definitely helps. So growing up, with my mom being the author of Quotes and Jokes, a lot of the life lessons in the book have been lessons that I've been taught throughout life. And one of my favorite days are, if you're always ahead, you're never behind. And that can be applied to anything you're pretty much doing in life, whether it's goals you want to reach. And for me, schoolwork in high school, well, that'll be done, and I'll be done high school in about a week.
Nice.
You sound excited.
Yes.
You made it. So good.
Yes, I did.
But as a student, and considering the fact that you're going to be graduating soon, you're going to be done, how important do you think is it for kids to have a mental detox? I'm sure there's a lot going on with, with at home, and you're trying to study, and you're wondering what you're going to be when you grow up, that kind of thing.
It's definitely very important for teens, and teens at most to have a great, mental health, and a lot of teens don't get that chance to, express how they're actually feeling, and there aren't really people who wants to sit down and talk with that person. So the book helps with that. You can kind of go throughout the days and reflect on it yourself and say, oh wow, like I didn't know that I needed this in life, and you learn new things throughout each day in the book.
How's it work? Kind of
So you mentioned in the days, yeah.
So there are 22 journals, I would say. There are quotes. It starts with the quote, then there's a life lesson, then there's a self-reflection.
And they're done day by each day?
Day by day.
Okay.
And then there's a joke at the end, because lightheartedness is important. Laughter is a stress reliever. And 22, for a couple of reasons. My grandmother, she was a person who always taught us how to have, like these little mama talks, So she was born on February 22nd. And then I'm also a Delta. Sorry, 22 founders.
Okay.
Shout out to Delta Sigma Theta.
So that's why it's 22
yes,
days.
because we serve, and it's 22 days exactly. And plus, kids, they have a short, attention span, so you can't make things too long.
So for this, if a parent was to take this and do this, is it like at the start of the day or the end of the day, or do you have a recommended time when they should do it?
I don't have a recommended time.
Okay.
I think it could be done anywhere. It could be done in the classroom with your teacher. You could take 5 minutes a day and do it. You can do it at home with your children. You can do it on the bus. You can do it in the house with the cat. Dr. Seuss says do it anywhere.
So we have an example, I believe, of day 9.
Yeah, I thought you were going to show us. Are you going to work us through this?
I will work you through it. So go to day 9.
All right.
And on day 9, it
says the word unique doesn't exist without you.
Yes.
Which is great.
This
great
is
quote.
a confidence builder day. Understanding who you are and your uniqueness.
And then you have people write down, after you talk about you and being unique and how you are, write what you're proud of about yourself.
Exactly. I am most proud of what?
Okay, and you have the bullet points there. And then there is the joke.
Yes.
And you don't get the answer to the joke until the next day.
Exactly. you makes you go to the next day.
Wonderful. Where
So I
can
think we
people
should
get the
do
book?
it. Yeah, well, we're gonna work on this
Yes.
while you tell us where people can get
You
it.
can
I didn't know I was
on-
getting homework.
well, right now, I'm self-publishing. Go on Amazon, or you can go to my website where there's a link where you can purchase the book, or
And
you
that's
can
on our
yep, or
screen
you
right
can
now.
send an email if you're interested in getting the books in the bulk. So those
Okay.
are different ways to get the book.
Because I'm sure you probably do this with your class.
I do. I have, and they love it. Most of my students are like, some of the pictures you've seen are their actual journal entries. So
Doing my homework. I am
Do that
grateful
homework.
that you guys came on the show today. We're gonna do
and I'm
that.
grateful
Yes.
to be here. We're
Thank you
grateful to
so
be here.
much. This is
We
wonderful.
appreciate both
Thank
coming
you.
in.
Am I allowed to
Jokes.
shout out Oak Park Elementary?
You just
yes,
did.
I North Penn School District.
Okay. What if we said no?
I mean, you know.
Shout out to all of them. Thank you guys.
Thank
for coming.
you.
Thank you.